Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey. Congressman, it's good to see you. So now we have top Democrat Senator Joe Manchin taking on Biden, saying stop depending on OPEC to bring down gas prices. Manchin is saying bring back the Keystone Pipeline. This was the first thing Biden did. He killed it. He killed 11,000 jobs, even after the Obama State Department said, you know, it's okay. It's not going to add to emissions. Keep the Keystone. So what's going on here with Manchin going after Biden?
Well, I think partly survival, and I'm sure somewhat what he believes. I mean, any American has to feel that this is wrong. I would almost appeal to President Biden to resurrect any feeling of Americanism or patriotism that he has, because he is destroying our country. And I would say slowly but surely. It isn't slow, it's fast. What he has done as an energy policy is unbelievably destructive. Less than a year ago, we were number one. We were on top of the world, and we could still be. But he's actually tried to stop the leases and is thinking about closing another pipeline, and probably will, and of course stop the Keystone Pipeline. So what do you think's going to happen? And his answer to his own self-created problem, his own self-created disaster, is then to create another problem by actually going into the reserves and lowering them. They're meant for extreme weather situations that happen, a war, or some national emergency. He shouldn't be using it for this, and it's a shame, and it was overtly political, and actually I found it quite disgusting, and to be honest with you, imbecilic, stupid. It didn't make sense. We would use that oil in 2 days.
Okay. OPEC can just cut production, and that would raise prices anyway to offset, this drawdown. And also, this is high sulfur sour crude. Phil Flynn is saying, Oil Pro is saying, it could probably get exported to India and China anyway. So let's listen to the Energy Secretary, Jennifer Granholm. She was criticized for not knowing basic facts about U.S. oil consumption. And let's watch Senator John Kennedy with his withering takedown about all of this. Watch.
There are various figures about this, so I'm curious if you know, how many barrels of oil does the U.S. consume per day?
I don't have that number in front of me.
So some suggest it's about 18 million, which would suggest you're releasing less than 3 days' worth of supply from the petroleum reserve. Why is that enough?
I think that one of the differences between people and dogs is that dogs would never allow the weakest or the dumbest to lead the pack. President Biden's energy policy is both weak and dumb. He and his woker friends have ended America's hard-fought energy independence.
What do you say, Congressman?
Oh, he's right on the money, and I love his analogies. He's so colorful, but don't doubt the wisdom of what he says. He's right on point. That's what I'm trying to express myself is, it's so bad what they're doing, it's hard to believe that they're actually thinking about the good of America. It's incomprehensible.
And by the way, the drawdown is going to take place not all at once, but over a 4-month period in dribs and drabs. There's also this, Congressman. President Biden is about to raise prices and maybe mess up the supply chain crisis even more, critics are saying. They just put in another new vaccine mandate on, quote, essential travelers crossing the border, like port workers or truckers, but not illegals. This could take effect January 22nd. This could keep prices high as well, and that chaos still going. What do you say?
Another bizarre example. I sit in the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. We had testimony from the truckers, the head of their association. They've done a poll of their truckers. Up to 37% say if this mandate is put on them and forced upon them, they won't drive. Do you realize what kind of a crisis this will be in America? This won't be the minor crises or major crises that have occurred already. This is really going to be a huge problem. I mean, again, he makes decisions with no regard.
Congressman Jeff Van Drew, it's good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Still to come.